Hey, what's up, guys? Max here. We're going to be talking about the leader and some of the things that I think he's going to be really good in when it comes to Battlegrounds. So I like champions that actually benefit us when it comes to Battlegrounds, not so much questing or Alliance War. I know a lot of people are actually like those two game modes and they want champions for them, but I love champions when it comes to Battlegrounds. And the leader, for me, I think he possesses some benefit, both defensive and offensive, when it comes to Battlegrounds. So there's a few things that I don't like about him right away. I'll tell you this: he's not the biggest hitter. He doesn't do much damage on offense when it comes to his crits. Even though he's got a ton of furies, it's just like it feels like he's got might as well not even have the Fury icon on him because he does 0 damage when it comes to him. But I'm gonna point out some of the things throughout this video, and I'm gonna try to keep it short when it comes to what I like about him. So if you get the 6-star, obviously take it up to rank 5, ascended to 200. One of the recommendations and the reason why I say this is because his intercept with the light attack, it's going to apply a debuff, and he's all about debuffs. That's one of the things about him. So if you need a very if there's a node or meta when it comes to the Gladiator Circuit Season 20 that applies any debuffs applied, whether buffs or debuffs by the defender, last 150% more. Hey, guess what? He's going to be one of them. He's going to benefit from the meta, both in the victory track and the Gladiator Circuit, but that specifically on the Gladiator Circuit. Now, I'm not going to read everything. I'm trying to summarize a lot of the things that I think are important. His light ending combos, whether you on offense and he's on defense, apply a first light attack or the third light attack, you're going to be applying debuffs on yourself. If you're using them offensively, that is how you apply debuffs on the defender as well. But if he's awakened, remember that light intercept gives him another debuff. The other bullet point that I personally like when it comes to defensive features is that for every debuff that is applied, whether the champion is skill, it reduces the damage output by 3%. If it's non-skill, it's 4%. And there's no cap. From my understanding on this, it's just a matter of how many debuffs are applied. Now, and also, by the way, this feature, this bullet point, which is what we're seeing here, also that bullet point also doesn't affect the specials. So special 1 and special 2, those are going to get reduced when it comes to the damage output. So when it comes to Gladiator Circuit, I think this guy's going to be tanky with this bullet point mechanic. And if you spec them with your masteries, you gotta run with this guy the Inequity Mastery. Okay, the Inequity Mastery, not on top of the debuffs, reducing the damage by 4 or 3% based on the champion you're using against him. He also reduces, because of the Inequity Mastery, an additional 36% throughout the fight. So we're looking at numbers of almost over 50% damage reduction when it comes to your special 1, special 2s, your combos, just everything about him. Okay. Offensively, I want to start off with his offensive showcase a little bit, or just a little fight, and we're going to go up against a rank 2 Sassy. Unfortunately, this is not my rank 3. I wish it was my rank 3 so we can see a little bit more health pool. We are going to be using the leader, but we're going to be bringing in the 4-star, which I ended up ranking up. So, and this is so we can see a little bit more of the fight. So what I am going to be doing here, he is at stick to 100, because I think that's what the 4-star can do. So we're going to go with the light attacks. Light intercepts. And as much light attacks as we can get. Now notice the amount of debuffs. Notice the amount of damage he's taking. That is 200, almost 300, now 400 when it comes to damage. Now we're going to keep going with the special ones. 700 on the crit, 300s there. And you're really going to let him launch a special. Now the door is open. So I'm trying to dash back right there. I missed a dash. And we're going to keep him inside the door. Or as much as possible inside the door so we can do more damage. And then all we got to do is launch a special 1. So when it comes to offensive use, I think the leader is going to shine in that area. Okay. Because the fact of willpower, and he reverses with the special 1. Man, guys, I think that's a very strong mechanic. We can't really showcase how powerful that is, when it comes to this just sample of the fight. but I feel like that's going to be where his damage is at. So special one, and then when the door opens, hopefully you have intercepted with a bunch of light intercepts throughout the fight as you open the door. And once the door opens, we're dealing more damage. Okay, so offensively, that's where I think he's going to shine when it comes to Battlegrounds. And that's it. That's pretty much it, because if you go any other play style when it comes to him on Battlegrounds, we were just doing this fight, we're going to restart it here. I don't see the damage. I really don't see it. So let me know your thoughts though when it comes to like Battlegrounds specifically. Now I think when it comes to other game modes like Alliance War, you might go a different, those fights are longer, you don't get penalized if you don't finish the fight within like under 60 seconds. There's a different way and a different play style you can do it, which we'll showcase not on this specific Star-Lord fight. This is 260,000 health, but we're going to do it on the bigger one, which is I think over 800,000 health. So here we have an ascended 6-star SIG 200, same thing, no buffs, no synergies when it comes to this fight, but I'm gonna point out a couple of things I don't like about him offensively. So one of the things, light intercepts. When the AI is in the door, he should be more aggressive, but he sometimes doesn't. And so we're going to be AI dependent. Now, I can go ahead and just showcase like a bunch of light attacks, just like making sure the AI does dash at you. But I've done this fight, and I can be patient and just say, hey, you know what? The door's open. Let's push back, and I'm gonna get hit obviously there just so we can showcase one of the things I don't like. So we have him in the door, he's out of the door, he's in the door. We think the special one is gonna help us keep him in the door, but look how far it pushes him out. Incredibly, all the way to his side of the corner. He's out of the door. We got 20 Furies, and here's where I was telling you guys about the Furies. 2,000, 5,000, the max amount of damage with 24 Furies. We're going to do with a relic just to showcase 27 Furies on the special one, 1,800 damage, 700 damage, 5,000 crit. 27 Furies, and that's where I was telling you guys, like the Furies, it doesn't matter. Yes, it's multiplied by the debuffs, but that's not where his damage is coming from. His damage is coming from the willpower reversal. It's also coming from the door being open, but here's the other thing about the door being open, guys. Let me show you. The door is open right now. We got to slide him back in there. He's taking over about 800. He's standing there, which is perfect. Let's see if a heavy keeps him in there. We do a heavy. It pushes him out of the door. Okay, what about a special 2? Okay, special 2, actually the first hits on the special 2 did keep him in there, so the special 2 is actually pretty good when it comes to keeping the AI in the door, but not the special 1, not the heavy, not the relic. Relic pushes him out. So when it comes to like how you want to play this guy offensively, you're going to want to do a lot of light intercepts, special 2 maybe, to keep him in there, and no special ones if you want to keep him within the door. So I think, again, from the small sample of testing that I'm doing so far, is you're going to want to take advantage of the door being open, but not count on that damage to be your main source of damage when it comes to the leader. You're going to have that as like a little bit of a cherry on top occasionally as you get him into the door while it's open, because that's going to be an additional, you saw there like almost 1,000 damage coming out of the leader, so on your opponent. So use that to your benefit, obviously, when using them offensively. On a bigger health pool, we'll cover here. Like this is 848,000. You're going to want to go special 3. And special 3 is going to amplify that damage. One of the things I want to show you too when it comes to special 3, right there I went for a light intercept, but because my tapping on the light was too slow, it didn't connect. And that's the other thing, is you're going to want to practice light intercepts with this guy. And I think because he benefits on his awakened ability with the light intercepts, and I completely missed that. You're gonna see that you're gonna end up getting good at that. So here's the special 3, and this is where we're gonna show you is that no matter where you are in the map, far left, far right, the special 3 is gonna plant you back in the middle, which is really good for the door. So here we go. And then we're gonna keep them with light intercepts in the middle. There you go. See if he launches it. And there we go. Okay. So we got him. We got as much damage as we could. We're going to just end up with light ending combos now. And then do the relic, do the heavy. It doesn't matter where he's at. I do want to show you having him. Ooh. Damn, I just ate a whole combo there. Having him all the way in the corner, and then we're going to launch a special 3 as the door comes to an open. So we're close to it. We're close to it. We're at 100. Door is open. We launch a special 3. We're on his side of the screen, the map. And look at that. We're in the middle. Back again. And then he's hopefully going to launch a special 2. But now we're taking about 3,000 damage. So if you need him for like questing for Alliance War, and you got to take a poison node, poison path, he's going to be pretty good. Door closed, unfortunately. But here, look, 32 Furies. Let me see if we can pause them with her special. Oh, we don't. I was trying to get to, not a pausing, but I was trying to get to showcase how much damage we can do. But we didn't get to show the whole special 2 with the 32 Furies because it is really bad, guys. That is really bad. So the damage really comes from the debuffs. Unfortunately, the door is going to get open right now. We're not near it, but we're going to slide on back. Because the special 3 is just not going to happen. And come on, get in the middle. Okay, special 2 keeps him there. Pushes him out though. That's good. We got some more debuffs with the light intercept. And he's done. But guys, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the best thing you can do with this guy when it comes to like special 3 damage. Again, you got to do a lot of light intercepts to keep the debuffs being on him. And the door is important for sure. The door is huge. The fact that you keep an eye on the far left of your screen, there's an indicator that says almost open. So that lets you know that, hey, you got to get ready for the special 3, 10 Furies. Can we spam? I was spamming the special 3 button there, right there. All right, so skip that. He's by the door. He's taking 3,000 damage. That's lovely. And I tried to do a light intercept there, but we didn't get it. So we're trying to get him back in there and keep him in the door. It's tricky. You're gonna want to use parries. You're gonna want to like light combos while he's in the middle. But that's pretty much summing up the way you want to use him. That took about 3 minutes. Not perfect gameplay. Again, I'm still very new when it comes to him. But overall, final thoughts on this guy. I'm still going to practice him a little bit more. I do want to get his playstyle a bit better. I do see his benefit, and I wish we were already in the gladiator circuit and we got the leader, because I do believe that he's going to benefit from the node. The fact that the node is tied into debuffs right now for the season 20 at 150% duration. I believe that's that's going to last a lot longer. The tankiness of him because of those debuffs. Okay, there's going to be a way to remove those debuffs, but if you trap an opponent with not the right champion to counter the leader, you're gonna run into some problems. If the door gets open, guess what? You're in the middle of the map. Try to avoid it as much as possible. But if you have to dodge or dash back from his special 1 animation because he launches it, you saw how much of a distance it puts between you and the opponent. You might end up getting in the middle of the map. So it's all very interesting. Kind of like, again, it's all theories right now when it comes to his defensive mechanics. I think his tankiness with his masteries, like I pointed out, are going to be really good. But offensively, I think his special one is where we're going to be seeing his offensive damage. Is he going to be faster than most champions? And I've talked about this before. I don't think so. I think he's going to be a solid maybe two-way because of the Battlegrounds meta. And that's what Battlegrounds does to these champions. It makes them shine or it makes them not shine. And you're like, okay, well, there's no point of picking up this champion at all. So that's season 20, guys. On season 21, I took a look into it. I don't know. I think you're still going to want to benefit from this guy on season 21 with the high energy diet. Again, keeping in mind that the defender has 99% energy resistance. So when it comes to this guy, also, let's check it out here. No, okay, hitting the wrong buttons right here. He, as a defender, does he have physical resistance? No, he doesn't have any. But I was also thinking, like, with the special one, offensively, if you're using him, you're going to deal more damage because they're going to heal basically any energy damage you do. It says the node actually reads 99% of the energy resistance. Any hit that deals energy damage regenerates them for what the damage would have been. While the defender is affected with an incinerate, shock, cold snap, the defender gains 100% bar of power every 10 seconds. So he doesn't apply that. I did speak on some of the ways, by the way, if you're interested in how you want to fight this guy, what champions you're going to want to fight this guy with. If you're scared of this guy now, you're like, oh man, this guy sounds threatening on defense. Very quickly, these are some of the opponents that are going to be able to take him down very easily. Kate Bishop, he's not cold snap immune. Okay, some of the champions you might already have ranked up, people use for Battlegrounds all the time. He's not bleed immune, so Black Cat's going to be able to do it. Kingpin, he applies a bunch of debuffs, so Kingpin should be stronger as you use him. If you have an Awakened Crossbones, that's going to be very good. As those debuffs get applied to Crossbones, he ends up getting stronger with the Furies. And even Chi, Mole Man, if you have him on your deck, just to point out a couple more champions, Blade, Mantis, people have a lot of Mantis. Bullseye, I mentioned too as well. So there's going to be a lot of counters to this guy, even though I just mentioned how potentially good he's going to be on defense. But again, it's all about like the strategy behind Battlegrounds. So if you're able to trap your opponent and they end up using the Bullseye for defense, and that was their best counter, you put in the big head and you kind of, I don't know. We'll see. We got about a week or so to find out literally how this guy is going to perform. So I wish you luck if you got this guy and you added him to your deck and you're interested in taking him to like rank 5, ascended. I see the potential both more on the defensive side, but also on the offensive side of things. So I'm really interested in seeing how this guy does in Battlegrounds, especially in the Gladiator circuit for season 20, and the fact that it's going to be an entire month, guys. Oh man, let me know your thoughts on that too, by the way. I still have some concerns about that, but yeah, the leader seems promising. Like, that's kind of my final summary on him. So yeah, take care, guys. Hopefully this helps you out and think about some potentials and some abilities when it comes to what he can do. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.